Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
Recently, Joe Rogan did a video podcast clip, biggest podcast in the world, called The Problem with Celebrity Pastors. Now, he was talking about, pretty obviously he was talking about Carl Lentz. Carl Lentz unfortunately had a pretty big moral breakdown, adultery, ongoing relationship. There's been all kinds of stuff about it in the news, tabloids, all that kind of stuff. Prayers up for Carl Lentz, prayers up for his wife, his family, all that kind of good stuff. This is not a video about Carl Lentz or, speaking about additional gossip. We don't need to go there. I talked about the Carl Lentz situation when it first came out. I haven't went into any of the gossipy stuff that came out afterwards. But this video right here is more so the idea of celebrity pastors, the psychology behind it, how my view and my heart has changed, and all that stuff. So just to be completely clear, put all my cards on the table, when I first heard of Carl Lentz, I was like, man, this dude is amazing. He dresses cool. He looks cool. He's in great shape. He's hanging out with Justin Bieber. Yeah, Carl Lentz. And I've been to Hillsong NYC. I've met Judah Smith. I've met Chad Veach. I've met Pastor Chris Durso. I consider Pastor Chris Durso a friend. The other guys I don't really know that well. Never met Carl Lentz. But I was kind of a fan. I love the fact that there was relevant, engaged Christians in culture. I thought that was dope, right? And I thought it was also kind of fly that they were into fashion, all that kind of stuff. But Joe Rogan brings up the one of the first red flags that I heard from Carl, that I saw from Carl Lentz, and I didn't really think anything of it. But I'm gonna play you guys the clip, and I'm gonna react to it, and I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts. All right, here we go. And by the way, Carl Lentz did issue a statement. You can guys go watch my other video on Carl Lentz. He did issue a statement on the thing. He did apologize and he did repent. So here's Joe Rogan. Problem with celebrity pastors. Here we go.
The guy that we've made fun of.
By the way, there might be some profanity in this video. Just a heads up. Joe Rogan uses profanity. Okay, so there might be some profanity in this video, but check it out.
Of a bunch on the show who was a pastor to a lot of famous people. He was like the hip young pastor.
Who just got busted?
Yeah, he just got busted.
Right.
Banging some chick.
Yeah.
And we made fun of him because I'm like, look, there's no way this guy's religious. This is what I was saying. Because
So, context, Joe Rogan reacted to this photo of Carl Lentz. I'm going to pull it up. This was the first red flag. This is the first red flag of this photo. I'm going to pull it up for you guys just so you guys can see it. This photo's bad. Okay, here's the photo that he was reacting to. You guys could go watch another original clip. It was this photo that Joe Rogan reacted to, roasted Carl Lentz, and basically said nobody be walking around like that with this much showing, and he called it his D-root, D-I-C-K, his D-root, which I was like, whoa. It was funny. I was kind of triggered because I like Carl Lentz. I left the comment like, well, you don't understand, But I was hoping someday Carl Lentz would go on there. So this is the context of what Joe Rogan is talking about in this clip, all right?
He was wearing these shorts that showed what I called his dick root. Like he wears these shorts that go way low, which you just don't wear your shorts like that unless you want someone to think about your penis.
Right.
Like that's why you wear your shorts like that.
Or maybe in the 70s it would be.
But I mean, there's no reason to.
Oh, gotcha. Right.
Guys who wear their shorts that low,
Right.
they're being overtly sexual to people that they don't even necessarily know. Right? You're trying to, and you want everyone to look at your chiseled body. Like this is none of the. There's a reason why monks dress in these like.
Right.
Very
Justin
modest
Bieber's in a
clothes
shirt.
that cover everything. They don't even want to think about their body.
Right.
And that is a part of the religion of both celebrity and social media. That this guy has got these traditional...
The religion of celebrity and social media. Oh my gosh. That cut deep. That cut deep.
Christian ideas fused in with the religion of celebrity, in with the religion of...
He said he has these Christian ideas fused with the religion of celebrity and social media.
Social media. And then you're seeing that it doesn't really work. Because, what's the reward for those behaviors?
What's the reward for those behaviors. What's the reward for the behaviors of the religion of celebrity and the religion of social media?
Word is he wants to fuck.
Sorry. Yeah. I told you guys there's gonna be some profanity in this.
Like that guy, that guy wants people to. That guy wants people to lust after him, and it wound up sabotaging him.
Absolutely.
Ultimately.
Well, absolutely.
So that was interesting. Now again, I saw this, and we all have a degree of cognitive bias. And I saw this, and I left the comment. I was like, Joe, I wish you'd have more Christians on your show. Maybe Carl could come on. Gosh. Now, let's go a little deeper here, and I'm gonna give you guys a verse. So just rock with me till the end. I'm gonna give you guys a verse where my heart is. Okay. Let's check out as he's going on further.
That's
So they
brutal.
find these celebrity preachers. This is often what happens.
Yeah.
They find gurus. They
That's
find
sense, yeah.
celebrity preachers.
right.
Yeah, someone who tries to make sense of things.
Who,
for them.
who do we look for to put our faith in? And that's they're
So he's talking about child stars and how they're looking for celebrity preachers to make sense of everything, right?
too is a pretty common universal aspect of human life.
And the problem
I have
is-
something to believe in.
Those poor gurus, they fall into the trap too, because now they can leech off the success of these famous people and become famous themselves.
Right.
And maybe they haven't really immunized themselves, inoculated themselves to the power of celebrity.
Sure.
It's a very intoxicating drug. Like, you got to understand how to avoid it
Right.
and
right.
avoid the pitfalls of it. It's not easy.
Yeah. Well,
Whew, that's heavy. Okay, so he talks about people who are looking for gurus, celebrity preachers becoming pastors to guys like Justin Bieber. And by the way, from all accounts, and I don't know, but from all accounts, it seems like Carl Lentz really did help out Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber went and lived with him for a couple months while he was trying to get sober and just kind of being off the grid. So I'm not going to, I believe Carl Lentz helped. I believe Carl Lentz meant well. I'm not one of those people that just dismisses everything anyone's ever done. But the point Joe Rogan is making here, as a person who has one of the biggest platforms in the podcast space, the biggest platform in the podcast space, I think he's making some really, really, really heavy points here, right? And it's the idea of the religion of celebrity, the religion of social media, the religion of wanting attention on yourself. And that mixed with Christianity and wanting to help people, the idea of being a guru and coming off like someone who has all the answers, all of these things combined are very, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot for anybody to process. And someone might come into that but not be equipped to process that. Now, he goes on and he starts talking about drugs. And by the way, I don't necessarily appreciate where Joe Rogan lands with this. I'll tell you where he lands with this, but I'm telling you where I'm landing with this, okay? So let's check this out.
in some form.
Celebrity, I think there's a drug there's several drugs that are mixed together in sort of a concoction. There's a drug of celebrity, which for sure is a drug, and then there's also a drug in being the person who has the answers.
The drug of celebrity and being the person who has all the answers. The drug of celebrity and being the person who has all the answers.
Definitely.
And there's something that people do when they convince other people that they have the answers, that it elevates their mood and their perspective. There's like some weird guru drug.
Yeah.
So there's the guru drug, and then there's the celebrity drug.
We're identifying a whole nexus of drug.
And with that guy, it was the sex drug, because he's a beautiful man. He's a handsome, tall, ripped, shredded preacher guy.
Right.
There's a lot of drugs going on there.
Well, and I wonder how extensive.
A lot of drugs going on there. Goodness gracious. Now, as I sat here, as I watched this, as I processed it, as God's just been doing a work on my heart, and I've been doing this series here, like the basics of my faith and what I believe, and I keep telling you guys, and I keep saying this, and it's on purpose. Like, I'm telling you guys, it's on purpose. I don't have perfect theology. I don't have all the answers, right? I've been super charismatic. I've been super theological and Calvinist, and I don't know it all. I don't have all the answers, and I hopefully have communicated that, and I hopefully am doing my best to say stuff like I don't know. What I do hope to accomplish is to bring some degree of balance, some degree of critical thinking, some degree of just reasonability in how we approach faith and tough issues. Okay, so he talks a lot about all of these different things, the desire for celebrity, attention, fame, and it really, to me, was a gut check in that this. One, I don't ever want to come on here and act like I got it all together and I got all the answers, because I don't, okay? I feel like I know a few things. I know Jesus rose. I know Jesus is real in my life, right? I believe the Bible is an inspired word of God. I know those things. A lot of the other stuff, I want you guys to go and discover those things for yourself. I got some ideas, but I'm going to give you guys both perspectives. You guys got to think through this stuff. Now, as someone who also appreciates some of the same thing that Carl Lentz appreciates, and a lot of these guys appreciate, specifically taking care of my body, being in shape, specifically dressing nice. I like Jordans. We got merch, drop collection, clothes, right? Being an influencer to speak truth, being somebody that can communicate and be engaging with those who are far from God. These are all things that we value. They overlap. We have some similar values. The scary part is checking your own heart, checking my own heart, and saying, and if you're an artist, if you're a creator, you need to think through this. Is it because I want attention? Is it because I'm insecure? Is it because I'm trying to validate some part of my life when my mom didn't give me enough attention as a kid, and now I'm trying to fill this, and therefore I want to be seen, I want to be heard, I want attention, and I've kind of came full circle in this desire that I don't, like, sincerely, I don't desire to be famous. I really don't. My goal is, how can I impact the most amount of people with leaving my house the least amount of times? How could I encourage people to believe for themselves and critically think and educate themselves without coming off like some kind of guru? Because I'm not a guru. I don't hold a desire to be any type of pastor or go into pastoral ministry, especially after this situation. But definitely after I was on staff at a church for 2 years, I have no desire. And so I don't have any desire for any of this stuff. And so I just want to be just flat with you guys. And I got a verse here that I'm going to share with you guys, and let this be the temperament of all of our hearts. Let this be the posture of all of our hearts, especially those of us that are artists, especially those of us that are aspiring to influence people, engage with people who don't know God, and add value to the world. May this be the desire of all of our hearts. I'll pull it up. I've read this on the channel before. It says 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 11 through 12. First Thessalonians, and this is the Apostle Paul writing, and he says, and to make it your ambition, a lot of us are ambitious, okay? A lot of us are ambitious, okay? To make it your ambition to what? To lead a quiet life, You should mind your own business. You should mind your own business and work with your hands, just as we told you. I love the idea of minding your own business, not because I think there's the work with your own hands and mind your own business. I think there's a degree of like, go build your own thing. Why? Just as we told you. Why? So that your daily life, so that my daily life may win the respect of Christians, may win the respect of influencers, may win the respect of outsiders. And so that you will not, I don't ever want to be dependent on anybody, okay? So that you will not be dependent on anybody. And I love this passage. I love this entire chapter. I think it's a good chapter. And I think for those of us, that are talented, creative, that have desires to impact people, all those different things, may that be our heart. May that be the posture of our heart. May our heart be to lead a quiet life, to mind our own business, right? To win the outsiders, those that are far from God, those that are not in our immediate proximity that we have influence with, to work with our hands, to not be dependent on anybody. That is it is 1 Thessalonians 4. 1 Thessalonians 4, and that is verse what was it? Verse 11 and 12. 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 11 and 12. You guys go read it, sit on it, meditate on it. And by the way, what I like about this is notice that he's not saying don't be ambitious. He's not saying that. He's not saying quit your passions. He's not saying that. He's not saying don't go build a business and be an entrepreneur. He's not saying that. He's redirecting it. He's redirecting you and me to live in a way that honors God, to live in a way that honors and wins over outsiders, to live in a way that we don't have to be dependent on anybody, right? And I think that's beautiful, and I think that is my heart, and especially in light of everything. So I keep saying it, like I know that the channel is getting bigger, and I'm grateful for that, man. I'm grateful for that, but I don't want to have a staff of 1,000 people, of 100 people. Like I want to build the biggest thing I could build with the least amount of people involved, so that I could bless the most amount of people, right? That's really, really my heart. I don't desire to be famous, to be a celebrity pastor, any of that. I don't even desire to be a pastor, straight up. This is just me processing my own faith journey with you guys, with the hope that it blesses some of you guys, and primarily it blesses those of you guys that are new to the faith, those of you guys that are yet not Christians, and those of you guys that think you're Christians, but you got some wonky theology. Okay, so those are my thoughts, man. Hopefully this encourages you guys. Hopefully this empowers you guys to desire to have that balance of leading a quiet life while at the same time pressing into the things that God has for you, to work with your own hands and mind your business, to let your life, not your speech, not your talent, not your charisma, not your charm, but your daily life win the respect of outsiders and not be dependent on anybody. Those are my thoughts. I want to hear from you guys.
King's Dream Entertainment. Ruslan.